Well, today our journey brings us to London, of all places. I'm still in town, and we're going to check out this place right behind me here. It came at high recommendations of both Gemma, you know, the Gibbs 24, as well as my buddy Jack from Coatsink. And they both, there's a lot of those buses here. Let's go inside, see what we can find. Fun storefront here with the packs of cards. So, you know, they also do those too, along with the video game stuff. And then you can tell how long they've been here. Talk about the Armistrad, the Commodore, the Philips CDI. But we'll see about that when we walk inside. Immediately when we walk in, look at the glass case. And I see some boxed games, see some loose games, see some Super Nintendo games too. These are Super Nintendo proper, as well as Famicom. So they have your PAL. These are your PAL games, and then your Japanese games, and your US games. Great news too, I just heard from the employee that they do international shipping starting now. So if you see anything in this video, anything at all, where it's like, ooh, I need that, I can't find it anywhere else, reach out to them. Link in the description below. They do international shipping. That's good news for us. And here's this guy looking at me again. There he is, straight into your soul. I did not forget to point out the Commodore cassette player as well. Always looking out for exclusives, and of course here it's called Starwing, but it'd be kind of cool to have a copy of Starwing. And at £7.99, I think we can do that. Looks like they're aware of prices here too. When you have something like Legend of Mystical Ninja going for, you know, basically $55, right? So that's, you know, what are you gonna do? Nice and clearly marked to NTSC for the, you know, Star Fox 64 package with the Rumble. And again, computers were huge here in the UK, so not uncommon that you would find something like a Griffin or Quest for Glory or, what do we got? Fields of Glory. How about the PAL boxed Super Nintendo featuring Street Fighter 2 Turbo? That'd be cool to have on the shelf. Love to see Jaguar. And here's some Jaguar stuff. No box inlay, something to consider, I suppose. Including Amiga CD32, N-Gage included. This is cool. Yeah, you don't just see N-Gage on most shelves in most places. Or especially not Amiga CD32. There it is right there, just hanging out. Wide variety of consoles as well. Like your handhelds, right? Oh, hello. Hello, Core Graphics. Got the gaming watches too. Quite a few to choose from here. Oh, they literally have a Gizmondo. Well, quite literally. There's a Gizmondo. Can't quite tell the price, but there is a Gizmondo here. Yeah. I'm amazed at the kind of stock and inventory they have here. It supports the Neo Geo Pocket Color. These guys here as well. Batman, Barbarian, RoboCop 2. You might have to tell me in the comments what that belongs to. A boxed copy of Greenhouse is no problem here. Again, this is UK, so this is Sega territory. And when you see all the Sega stuff, including the Master System 2, fun to see those again. This one even has the AV mod. That's always cool. Look at this. Oop, too close. Just right. And more on the bottom selection here. Well, I was going to show off some of those, but I'd rather show off that. A boxed Gizmondo. And from what looks like it, they have more than one. They have more than one boxed Gizmondo here. That's how awesome this place is. This is amazing. I've never seen one boxed ever, let alone two of them at the same place. They do have some boxed NES games here, or NES, as it were here. And they do have some loose cards here. We'll look at those. Actually, we can just look at them right now. I love finding the little variants. So far, they look pretty. This kind of look the same. I mean, something like a New Zealand story. Might be something a little bit different here. New Zealand story. This is our Kiwi craze. Got a nice copy of Crack out there. That's an exclusive here. Fun game too. It plays a lot like an Arkanoid or a Breakout. Hello, Turkin. Good to see that here too. How about $9.99 for a Power Blade? Grab that just on principle alone. Now, is this Prince Valiant a UK exclusive? I think it may be. It might be. Maybe. Rockin' TurboGrafx 16 as well. Your PC engine. Some great Who cards here too. I see you now. Yeah, Bubblegum Crash. How about that, huh? Yeah, super retro. They have this TV just runs all these classic game commercials and programming and stuff like that too the entire time. Quick glance at some of the Game Gear, including a Beavis and Butthead for Game Gear. They also have the GBA, Game Boy Color, and then your classic Game Boy down the way as well. And you might see a couple of exclusives down here, maybe. Maybe you see something offhand. Probably. Back to the glass case is where I'll see these. Your Mega CD selection, and there's quite a few to choose from. for the Mega CD selection. Down the way, you got Mega Drive. You also have more of the Mega Drive stuff here. That's right, you call it Mega Drive in the UK as well. Huge Sega territory. We might be able to find for the Master System. Is there a Streets of Rage? Streets of Rage for the Master System was a UK exclusive, I believe. Quite see it. I'm probably looking right over it, maybe. This one, however, I think this is a UK exclusive right here. Just fun to see what all's here. You know, just these kind of things here. Quartet. This is not the same Sega Quartet. Not unload, but got some more computer type stuff up here. Computer type stuff up here. Hey, what about Narc? Look at the box art here for Narc. Fun game. Here's also Platoon, which looks very, very similar to the NES one as well. Just like Narc looked like the NES one. Platoon kind of like on the NES, but on a computer thing. A few more things down the way here. You know, I'm not as familiar with this type of stuff, you know, like cassette games. That's right. And you need that cassette player to play these cassette games. But maybe you see something that's cool. Maybe you see something that's like, oh, I grew up with that, or oh, I need that, or, you know, something like that. I also just like the box art on this guy right here, label art. PlayStation down the way. I love how they look kind of uniform here too. Lots of going on with the PlayStation. They do have a few imports, and as well as a few US games too. Kind of cool to see the US stuff. Maybe that's the other thing too, is people here may not have a US system, so you might be able to find a US game for a phenomenal deal because they're just trying to get rid of it. That's a pretty good deal. I don't know. I don't even know how much these games go for anymore. A few CDI, more CDI. Ooh, that's a fun one. Oh, hello, 7th Guest. Rocking the things. This one, they do have it translated. This one's kind of hard to play, not translated, but it plays a little bit like, think of post-apocalyptic Zelda 2-ish, something like that. Look up War of the Dead for the PC Engine. And I do have a PC Engine, so I'm like, what can I take advantage? Oh, Necromancer, and Japanese RPG, so gonna need language for that one. What do we got here? Great version of Street Fighter 2 there. As well as your Sega Saturn collection. Going down to Dreamcast, and import Dreamcast. And then here is your UK Dreamcast down the way. Not a huge GameCube selection, that's okay though. Still fun to see what GameCube games they may have. They do have import GameCube games as well right here. Down the way. PS3 all the way down. At least down there's fine. Yeah. The huge selection of UMD videos, and more UMD videos down here. Look how many UMD videos this place has. That's fun. And they do have a few PSP games over here as well. Some PS2 imports. Love to see it. And then even the NTSC games too. So again, check the NTSC games because you might find a good deal for games that work for you, but maybe nobody here has an NTSC PlayStation 2. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're not going to touch it, they're not going to buy it. You can buy it though. And there are so many, these blue ends are the PAL games, and there are so many, not just exclusives, right? But some weird, let's see if we can't find a weird game while I'm here. Let's see. This is one that a lot of people talk about, Gregory Horror Show. Look up Gregory Horror Show while you're here. I don't see a Masters of the Universe. This is under He-Man. I don't think it's under He-Man though. It doesn't look like it. And there's things like rugby, you know. Of course, there's going to be those type of things too. There's a couple of Liverpool football games. I don't know. What do you think? Naturally, these are going to be. Oh, look at this, 50p. it's like 50 cents, kind of almost. You also cover your Switch stuff. Oh, and they cover these down here too. This is Philips video. Excuse you. Seriously. Anyway, this Philips video pack. Let's open it up here. Let's look at this one. Is this Miner 2049er probably? And then there it is. There's the cartridge. I like how this looks. Little thing like that. Now I do love my VHS anime, but the Snowman 10th anniversary, that's really cool to see here. But they have a few VHS tapes here, mostly the Disney stuff or maybe stuff that you grew up with. It would make sense for a place like this. Xbox 360, I love it all. Things on top too, Box Jaguar. The 64, we've seen that before. You see that GX 4000? Oh, I see a Sinclair way back there. I see you, Sinclair. And then just other cool things to see just there on the top shelf there. A box of Mega Drive, you know. The Mad Catz Game Boy Advance. Look at this pack here for the perfect Game Boy fanatic. Nice to see the DS still active, and the DS UK games always came in these huge cases. Huge cases. They're about, a little bit bigger than a standard case. A little bit bigger than the standard case, but here's what's left of the DS, and here's the Wii down here, as well as you can see the Wii U sticks out like a sore thumb. But I just wanted to show off this, just really quickly too, because they have this here. Why wouldn't they have this here? See this off to the side too. This Micro Machines Codemasters adapter here. It's like a little Game Genie type of thing, right? That is a controller. Did this controller ever come out in the US? That's an insane controller. Love that. There are only 4 UK exclusives for the 64, and I'm not seeing them here. Not that, well, it's cool to see Lilac Wars for the 64, but I'm not seeing like the exclusive, not just label, variants or anything like that. Just, yeah, I don't see them quite here. It's okay. Cool to see all the same. I mean, okay. Did find one of the UK exclusives right there, Putty Squad. Putty Squad is a UK exclusive, only $11.99. And then things like Super Pro Protector, that's our Contra 3. And this is admittedly, I didn't even know this was a game from Mindscape. Drop Zone, based on Drop Zone. I mean, the Drop Zone. I just talked about this for Super Drop Zone. Didn't even know this was an NES game. It's like the game I didn't even know existed. See, even I get surprised sometimes.
The N64, but you could put the games. You can literally burn your own games on display.
Right.
It's like a
Okay.
developer's kit. And then what happened is N64, they decided the developers got in trouble for making their own thing.
Right.
So yeah, they banned.
Yeah,
So these literally are very hard to come by.
Oh, I've seen so many things that are hard to come by here, and that is definitely one of them. And I love the fact it's a VCD player. It's also a VCD player. That's amazing. Made my purchase. Got a wonderful, amazing deal. Thank you, by the way.
No problem. Thank you for coming.
The only Super Nintendo game I grabbed was this game, Putty Squad, because it's an exclusive. I just did a video on that. Gotta get Crackout. Crackout is an exclusive here. I had it once before. We're happy to have it again. New Zealand story. It just looks cute. I mean, again, we have this in the US, but I love this label art on this one. It looks like an exclusive. It's not. We did get this in the United States, called something else, but I wanted the Blue Shadow label because it looks awesome. Could not grab Super Turrican for the NES, absolutely. And I did grab Power Blade because here, Power Blade, PAL, $9.99. Imagine finding this game for $10. I did. It works on my system too. It may work on yours, but you do have to have that, way of playing it right. And altogether paid about $150. Great store. And if you're in the area, you should check it out too. Of course, I'm in London because of OLL 23. So make sure you check out that video while you're here as well, and we'll see you. We gotta do some more. I like this international game hunting stuff. Maybe we'll go to Japan next. We'll see.